lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of things. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences. We gotta be ready for it. Emergency, I just got surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. My little nigga going against the grain and that's just stressing me. I'm living a crazy life. You paid the price. Save my life. If you want to lick shit, we can get rich shit, we can get paid tonight. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down, down, down. 187. You killed the nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Fight my demons, fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons, fighting mine. It's me against these demons, demons, demons. So many demons. Whoa, I'm fighting the demons up in the ghost. I'm fighting the demons up in the most. Gave him the ball and nigga, they choke. No code, my niggas follow me like the Pope. Lethally militant. Don't give a fuck about bystander. Hotliner. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down, down, down. 187. You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven. Fight my demons, fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons, fighting mine. Living life in hate, I did in my evil thoughts going punished. As I fought through the rubbish, my days of thugging get slow and rugged. Idolize the puppets who control the puppet like I control something. Find my demons. Bullets in abundance, anticipate what I know is coming. All of a sudden, my past is blurring, my future is sudden. Dark and muddy, hoping for sunny, I'm still running. Find peace. Find peace. And this is why I keep telling y'all, I don't deal with people. I deal with energies, right? I deal with energies. And you guys couldn't even hear that song. We're going to have to play it all over. I ain't even had the damn screen up. What am I doing? I'm half asleep today. I'm sipping his head and eat this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young and the rest for the money. My hunger for paper saved my life. And I shit can say anything. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. I got the coffee right here. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money. I got the coffee. Go down, down, down. You'll do anything to I'm get shaking up.
shaking back.
Gotta think about it.
I'm getting right.
187.
I'm almost there. I can feel it.
You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today I want to talk to you about energies. Energies. What do you guys know about energy? See, a lot of people just think energy is just, one thing. Energy is a multitude of things. Energy, you got galactic energy coming from your zodiac sign. So you might feel that type of energy. And that's the energy that I mainly want to talk about today. And not to exclude feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions is a energy. So when you let people play on your feelings and emotions, you are allowing them to play with a certain energy that belongs to you, right? We're not going to get into that particular energy today because that comes with emotional intelligence. That comes with being aware when certain energies of yourself is being pulled on, right? So you have to be, mindful of that. Now, when we're talking about galactic energies, we're talking about zodiac. We're talking about what is the zodiac signs. But now you have to dig into what is the zodiac signs, right? You have to dig into this. What energies come from the zodiac signs? See, the Greeks, they named this energy, they gave it a name. They call it Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit. If you go look it back up, this energy that came from the cosmos was later titled the Holy Spirit or Holy Ghost, right? And they talk about this a lot, but they don't really talk about it, right? You got a sun star network. If you got a sun star network, then you have a lunar zodiac imprint, right? And that's ironic. We just had the blood moon is in effect today and yesterday, as of last night, the 2-2. And this is a strong moon right here. This blood moon is a strong moon, right? A lot of people that's out there that practice the dark art, they know that this is one of their sacrificial moons, right? So they usually look for somebody to sacrifice, energetic wise. They don't, when we say sacrifice, we're not talking about the unaliving process, because everybody that's of a higher level of vibration understands that there's no such thing as an unaliving process. Energy is transferred. We are recycled, reincarnated, however you want to do it. Even the lower vibrational wickets, they know this stuff. This is why, um, Puff Daddy would put in the NDA that nobody can talk bad about him 20 years after he's gone, right? It's because he don't want to come back in that karmatic energy, right? So when he unalive, to save from coming back in a karmatic energy, nobody can speak ill intent about his life, because then he'll come back in a karmatic energy, right? A lesser vessel, right? So a lot of these people, they play on this. They play on the lack of understanding. They play on the fact that we are outside of knowing some of this stuff. And that's what they play on. That's what they bank on. When you get into the 3D physical dimension, this is our 3D world. And then when you get into the 5D, this is the semi-physical dimension. And then when you get into 7D, this is ether. Etheric energy is known as fire water. And we're in the Aquarius sky where water is put back. And it's not just any water. This is etheric water, right? That means the electrons in this water are highly sensitive to sound, vibration, and intention. So you got to be careful what intent you're putting out into the atmosphere. Although we might say a lot of things on this page, our intentions are pure, right? And you might have a group of people that come on the page and they try to make your intentions look messed up. They come on, they say a bunch of stuff, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to push you out of the algorithm, right? This is the secret that they play on YouTube. They do the same thing on TikTok. They come up, they say a bunch of hateful things on your page. It's to push you out of the algorithm. Once YouTube sees that this is the rhetoric, they'll start knocking your numbers down. Your numbers ain't coming in like it was, right? And they all probably noticed that I had some good numbers coming in. So they sent their little minions over here to do, whatever it is that they do. And I'm glad they did it because they showed their hand, and they showed their hand pretty early, right? Like always. Anytime you are one that practice peace and understanding, the enemy always will reveal themselves to you. But that's a story for another time, right? Right now, we're going to focus on energy. Now, we have to remember that the zodiac signs are inside the vessel, right? As you can see here, it says water, ether, right? Right here for Pisces, water, ether. Don't get confused with the dates. Don't get confused with the dates. Dates and times was changed. They altered the dates and times. I want you to look at these elements: water, ether, right? So you have air, earth, fire, water, and water ether. Water ether is known as fire water. It's known as fire water. Okay. It's considered to be the unifier. It is the unifier. Okay. So, and when you're looking at unification, this is what you're looking at: a variation of unification. And the 13th zodiac was known as the ether that put together the 12. This is where the story of Christ come in. Christ is a representation of the ether. He binds together the 12, right? That's the same thing in the zodiac sign. Hercules is considered the ether. That's why the Golden Gate sits at the foot of Hercules, right? Hercules is the ether that puts together the other 12 zodiac signs, okay? He is considered the ether of the universe. He holds the serpent, right? The same serpent that Moses turns into a staff. Yeah, this story is repeated over and over and over and over again. Okay? Now, if you dare to catch it, then you might be enlightened, right? That's where enlightenment come from. In light, in mint, right? In light, in mint. Goes back to the oil that lit the lamp, right? The oil that lit the lamp. That's what it goes back to. Okay.
As we move into the next 12 months, 2014, as the sun moves through each of the constellation's zodiac signs, the planetary consciousness will undergo gradual shifts into building architecture for their corrected alchemical principles, which cause lunar forces to evolve into solar transfiguration. The zodiac structural principles are both energetic and geometric blueprints based upon lunar zodiacal imprints that were generated by the invading races to suppress human consciousness with the lunar matrix, which is currently being dismantled and realigned with the alchemical laws inherent in the natural laws of God, being hosted by the Aurora race system in Andromeda during the planetary ascension cycle. When astrological alignments occur through major conjunctions between planetary and stellar bodies, massive energetic forces of alchemy occur between celestial bodies and the sun-star networks, which alter the frequency current and manifest into new creations. This new cosmic alignment changes the stellar architecture, which impacts how the sun transmits the energetic influences of the zodiac constellations throughout the chakra wave spectrums in the solar system, in which the planetary consciousness is gradually undergoing a lunar to solar transfiguration during the ascension. These stages of transmitting alchemical forces to aid consciousness evolution are qualities of which have never been previously exposed to this planet. This is allowing the alchemical laws of consciousness evolution to be transmitted through the constellations, of which are inherently a part of the organic processes of planetary biological ascension. See Laws of the Galactic Zodiac Cycle. 1. These stages of transmitting alchemical forces to aid consciousness evolution are qualities of which have never been previously exposed to this planet. This is allowing the alchemical laws of consciousness evolution to be transmitted through the constellations, of which are inherently a part of the organic processes of planetary biological ascension. Previously, most of these stellar forces have been obstructed from being exposed to the lower atmosphere of the Earth via nets of alien machinery. The auroras are the plasma light fields of the Master Christos Collective, from the next universe of which are building the zodiac stellar architecture to host the planetary ascension. 2. Note, major planetary upgrades occurred during the cosmic energy cycle of 2023, shifting the planetary grid network from the lunar zodiacal imprints of the lunar matrix overlays into corrected solar zodiac imprints, or the galactic zodiac.
Now, what's that telling you in layman's terms, or as best as I can put it? Our planet is going through a shift, right? An energetic shift, a vibrational shift, the lunar to solar transfer. And you thinking, what is a lunar to solar transfer? So you have your lunar side of your body, which is your left side, and then you have your sun side of your body, which is your right side, or if you would like to put it, feminine to masculine transfer, right? So the feminine energy is becoming at pouring the waters into the solar energy, right? So a lot of people are operating in a masculine feminine energy, which is a Lilith energy. They don't know that they're operating in this all or nothing type energy, because that's really what it is. It's a all or nothing type of energy. And a lot of them are operating in this energy unknowingly. Now, we know that a shift is taking place because the signs are all there, right? The signs are all there. The eclipse, so you have the eclipse, it's just you. It's just you. I mean, when you're playing black faces, I guess you're going to compare me to another black face, but so you have the eclipse, you have the solar flares that's taking place right now at this time. So there's a lot of solar flares that's taking place, so on and so forth. It's okay. It's not for everybody. Everything's not for everybody. When one awakens to the energy of this world, is just for the people that is supposed to awaken at that time. Not everybody's supposed to awaken at the same time. Think of it on like underworld. Think of it like that. Every so often, the powers is passed to the next covenant that's supposed to rule for 2,600 years before that person goes dormant, and then the next person comes out. It's the planets. So as we leave out of the Pisces, 26,000 or 2,600, we move into the Aquarius, and that is ruled by Uranus. So anyone down here in this physical plane that is operating under Uranus, they are going to wake up to this first. The people that's still down here that operate under Saturn or Pisces, they're still here, mad as hell that they are not, coming into this new world with the knowledge and the universal languages and stuff. So they're still down here, mad as hell, trying to rain destruction, trying to cause havoc. For the people, for the new life that's coming in, right? For the new life that's coming in, and for the people who are down here that are awakening to their ascended master state, they are either being manipulated by people who are coming out of the Saturn, so they're being manipulated by Saturn, or so on and so forth, right? Hey, the fact that you still trying to push that David Chappelle thing only says about your arrogance, right? That only says about your arrogance. You are denying me as a person to try to say that I'm somebody else. So I'm me. I'm me. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you that I'm me. But you want to sit there and said, I said what I said. That's your pride. That's your ego. You're denying me as a whole person because you want to hear Dave Chappelle. See what I'm saying? That's how you know you just came in here just to argue and create some type of negative energy. Get your stupid, non-understanding ass out of here. Oh my God, y'all are so special with that shit. And you want to deny somebody their individuality and tell them that they're like a celebrity, somebody that you idolize. When it tells you, the Bible tells you that there's no one greater than you. No one greater than you. It didn't say, oh, go out there and be Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's the idol I want you to worship. No, get your idol worshiping ass out of here. You want to worship idols, go worship idols somewhere. Try to neglect the fact that somebody told you that I sound like me because they didn't agree with you and say I sound like Dave Chappelle, like another. That's why everybody always get that shit confused. That's like borderline racist to say that shit. That's like saying every black person sound the same. You know what the hell you do when you say dumbass shit like that. But if somebody give you that, you'll be like, no, I'm me. Don't put me in a category of all women. Don't put me in a category of this. Your pride and your ego sticks out every time. This is why I say I deal with energies and not people, right? Because you can tell that person was just coming in here just to argue. You can tell. This is what I be saying. I don't deal with people, I deal with energies. These energies can jump in and out of anybody. That person don't know me, but want to sit there and try to create an argument. Why? Because they're coming with the energy of a low vibrational unconscious persona. So anytime someone with a low vibrational unconscious persona, they can't hear the truth. So they make something carnal out of it. So they make it a carnal fight. Well, why don't you show your face then so we can, because they can't hear the truth, right? The Bible says, let he who has ears hear. It don't say let he who has eyes see. It says let he who has ears hear the sound of truth, the sound of the trumpet. It's not my fault that a lot of y'all are running around and don't have the proper ear. So let's get back into it. So we're talking about energies, right? And we have to realize what is the solar imprint? What is the, you know, and this is what you see. That's why you see this rebellion energy in the air right now. That's why you see like this rebellious energy in the air. It's because of this transfer that's taking place. It's rebellious because they don't want to relinquish power. Think about the Olympics, right? In the Olympics, you have the passing of the torch, right? The torch is a representation of one who lights the way, right? So the reason why the Olympics are like that is because in the galaxy, right? There's always a passing of the torch. Someone else rules the next heir according to how they think is fit. Now, previously, it might have been Saturn. You might know him as Marduk. You might know him as Jesus, whatever you want to call it, right? In the time of belief. We're not in that time no more. We're in a time of knowing, right? So a new ruler rules this heir. You know what I mean? A new ruler rules this heir. And that's what we want to learn. We want to know who's the new ruler of the sky. You might know him by Uranus. He goes by many names, right? The son of heaven, the heavenly planet, right? So one must be humble, right? The masculine energy is humble And the feminine energy in the vessel is Lilith. That's the time that we're in. We're in a time of the humble masculine energy and the takeover Lilith energy. That's why you see all of this feminine energy with this men are not gods. You'll see a lot of women run around with this notion saying that men are not gods. And here's where they'll say this is their justification. They don't create. They don't create. They're taking away the power of the seed. And you see that taking place in this world. That's why they don't sell no seeded fruits in the store, right? So on and so forth, because the trick was always to take away the power of the seed, right? So women think a lot of feminine women think that they are gods because they bring life into this world. So they're looking at the men and they're like, you're not a god, you're not a god. Hence the fight with Jay-Z and Jaguar, right? Jaguar is fixated on this. He called himself Jehovah. He's not a god. He's not a god. Because when you're dealing with the Zoharts or the women of the Zoharts, such as Ifa will tell them that they are the gods of this planet. And through the power of their, P, that's what makes them gods, right? This is a uh 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 I don't want to say a cult, but like a covenant of witches, right? Who believe that they are gods and men are slaves to them. That's why you see them praising each other but tearing down all men, right? You can see it with Madagascar if you open your eyes. You can see it with Jaguar if you open your eyes. You can see it with Natanya Rubin if you open your eyes. You can see it with Big Homie Cece if you open your eyes. You can see it with Dr. McGlover if you open your eyes. All you have to do is open your eyes and you will see exactly what energy they represent, right? But a lot of people got their singular eye closed. So you can't see it because you're looking with your carnal eyes.
The Ascension Timeline Rebellion is a significant marker in the hidden historical timelines of planetary invasion, as it is when assorted NAA factions began to exchange treaties on and off planet, which included the systematic hunting down of the Guardian Blue Flame Melchizedek Templars protecting the planetary network. This is the source of the total destruction of humanity's historical timelines and the carrying out of alien intruders' genetic modification programs with the Enki DNA skins used to damage the cellular memories recorded in angelic human DNA. From this particular timeline, the Thothian Nibiruians designed the Nibiruian electrostatic transduction field and installed Nibiruian bases across the planet and prepared the lunar matrix false magnetism and
Come on, cat. If you're gonna lay up here, if you're gonna be a lap cat, be a lap cat and stay still. Lap cats don't move this much. And stop making my leg into dough or whatever you knitting. You knitting kitten. You knitting kitten. All right. So way back in the era of time, they found a way to separate, right? Now, back in the day, we all, many, many moons ago, we all used to carry out a certain level of importancy. What I mean is, if you were born under a certain time, then you had to learn about the signs of that time. If you was born into Aries, Taurus, whatever, these are the people that you gathered around. You gathered around, Aries, you gathered around Taurus. These are the original families. Before they came up with bloodlines down here, these are the original families, right? The zodiac families. So there was a time where everyone was learning about their zodiac energy, where it's like after you turn a certain age, you had to go and figure out about that zodiac sign. It was like factions. So you had to go and be a part of your faction, right? Now, of course, this would enrage feminine energy because what mother wants to let her baby go? No, I don't want to, da 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 da. You think about the time of kings and queens. There was times where princes or princess had to marry, someone from another continent, country, or whatever, kingship, in order to keep a treaty going, in order to keep peace going, right? So, they had a time where they actually used, people as a way to lock in treaties, right? As long as my daughter is a part of your kingdom and, I know that you're treating her right, this is a testament to the treaty that we have, right? And so on and so forth. This is part of that. This is part of these different variations of things that we might have changed down here, right? We might have changed these things in order to fit, but this is what's called the separation of the world. We're not unified like we used to. If you go back, they actually tell you that during the Greek mythology, Roman mythology, it seems like we had a more spiritual connection than what we do now. It's like we don't
Further,
have
the
that.
separation of worlds is splitting apart the subatomic energetic fields that have been created between the inorganic frequencies and organic living light consciousness. The separation is occurring between the dead energy, miasma, that is projected out by the NAA through the use of AI military machinery, and the organic living consciousness bodies that exist in the higher dimensions of future timelines. The quality and kind of consciousness, organic or inorganic AI, that is being directed into blueprints to create something in the planetary hologram, is what determines the level of its frequency when it materializes. The frequency level of these forms is what attracts people of matched frequency to share that same timeline, and be connected to that structure in time, which creates a corresponding reality bubble. The type and quality of subatomic units that form the blueprint create the design of that body. The subatomic units decide what dimensional law governs how that body is projected into the planetary hologram. Many of the entities that exist within the Earth plane are made of different subatomic units, thus they cannot be perceived by most humans in matter. At each station of identity, whether human or non-human, that being exists in a particular dimension of time and space, and its body form changes at the subatomic level based on its location. However, that body form projection and its timeline can be artificially created and replicated by machinery at the subatomic level to force it to be somewhere else. The NAA are attempting to use technologies at the subatomic scale to accomplish their goal.
To you, none of this stuff makes sense. So I'll break it down to you, right? That what's it saying is basically during the time of ascension, which is currently right now, according to the signs of the sky, with this blood moon, with Lucifer comet entering back into the atmosphere or entering back into our galaxy 420 of last year, with this new sun that's coming, and Easter falling on literally Easter falling on 420, right? This goes back to a energy or a birth. Now, it was always told that something will come on 420, a birth will be had on 420. This is why they mucked up what 420 was, right? This is one reason why they put this whole negative notion on the play of 420, right? But when a reminder of 88, right? I would like to remind people of 88. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you that 88 stands for the 8th letter of the alphabet 2 times, which is supposed to be Heil Hitler, right? But that's the negative that they put on there. Hitler showed them 88 as a reminder of the 88 constellations in our sky, right? Hitler traveled to Antarctica, where he has bunkers of untold knowledge that they're still digging into, right? The 88 was a reminder of the 88 constellations of the sky, the expansion, right? When certain variations of things, they said that, man should not have this knowledge, man should not have this technology, right? According to a book that Zachariah Stitchens wrote, No, not Zachariah Stitchens. I'm sorry. Dean Koontz wrote a book called The Lightning. And in this book, he said that people from the past was traveling to the future to try to get the weapons from the future to help take place something that was taking place in the past. But the people that was traveling to the future, they seen two futures. They seen one where Hitler won and it was just devastation and so on and so forth. But they also seen another one where Hitler lost. So they started sabotaging whatever was going on back then in order to, lose certain variations of technology. And this is shown in our US history. Why do you think NASA, allegedly, supposedly for entertainment purposes only, why do you think NASA seemingly lost the tapes of us landing on the moon, right? And if I'm not mistaken, the person who actually went to the moon or something, he said, we no longer have the technology to get there, and it will take too long to get it back, right? That's because you can't travel to these places without a collective consciousness. You can't get to these places in this state, in this physical state. Now, you can dream about these places once you realize that reality is not what you think it is. Then you can travel, right? This is why everybody that goes to Antarctica, they always have the we're going to Mars shirts on, right? We're going to Mars. But that's a story for another time. Right now, we want to talk about energies. And the main energy you got to watch out for right now is this victimizing type of people. You got to watch out for these victimizing type of people, okay? Because they're going to play on your feelings and emotions. They're going to play on that, right? At 1 minute, it's going to seem like, they need your help and all of this other stuff. And you're going to come in as a hero thinking that you're helping this person. That's when they're playing the victim, right? But it's going to come a point where they have to put you in a bad situation so someone else can come along and play their hero. You get what I'm saying? So they always going to put themselves in a situation where they are the victim. It's a victimizing software program in the mind. So you're watching this. No, look at Wolf Kutcher. Look at Wolf Kutcher. Wolf Kutcher done talked about Kimmy, said this about Kimmy, and now he want to go live and post stuff that say, Kimmy is stalking me. He done went to all these people's pages, talk shit about all these people, and then he jumps on his page and played a victim. Look at Madagascar. Madagascar circle around all the black content creators on YouTube. She makes attacks and all types of stuff at them. And then as soon as they defend themselves, you know what she say? I'm going to get Sean Atwoods to strike your page, right? So they are purposely putting themselves in conflict and then making it seem like they're not doing anything and everybody's after them and everybody's hating on them. This is a victimizing software. I don't even think these people know that they're doing it. That's the crazy thing about it. That's the crazy thing about it. When I start looking at them, I'm like, do you even know that you're doing that shit? Do you even know? That's what I be thinking in my mind. Like, do you know you're constantly trying to play the victim? But then in order to constantly play the victim, you got to set somebody up to be the villain. When you're doing this victimizing programming, you got to keep on setting people up to be the villain. Now, in the Egyptian days, this was the VV. You know what a VV is? A VV is 666, right? This is where the letter W comes in at. The letter W is a VV, victimizing. It's a VV. It makes up a W, right? It's a false letter that's in the word, right? The real letter that you're looking at is not a W. It's a V. It represents the arms and the legs of mankind, right? So that's why I say you got to be careful in this world. We are definitely going through spiritual warfare right now. And it's more so on the line of psychological, and it's more so on the line of spiritual, right? And they sit there and try to make it seem like they what is going on, da 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 da. But you see this. This is probably why they're going to stop sending people to my page, right? This is probably why they're going to stop talking about me, because I'm waking a lot of people up to their bullshit. A lot of people are seeing it. After they come over here, they're like, damn, he wasn't lying, right? When you go back and look at this shit after today, you're going to be like, what the fuck? He wasn't lying. This is what they're doing.
The main goal of the victim-victimizer mind control and software is based on divide and conquer tactics and intentionally programming humanity to think thoughts of violence and hatred about others to promote the archontic deception behaviors and their unethical AD strategies as a fear-based control belief system. As humans feed their power into these AD systems and hierarchies based upon violence, lies and deception, the deception is covered up and its fabricated reality becomes an anti-human value system to enforce the death culture. As long as humans think thoughts and maintain belief systems of the predator mind, and feed into the alien software programs, they create victims and victimizers and spread more hatred and violence into the earth grids. Humans exchange roles between acting as the archetypal victim, and then because they do not want to be a victim anymore, they switch their role to become a victimizer. Both are forms of perpetuating inner and/or outer violence.
Now, what part of Jaguar Wright didn't you hear in that, right? First, she wants from surviving Jay-Z to Jay-Z's going to be surviving me, right? What part of Jaguar didn't you hear in that? They go from playing the victim, and then they get tired of playing the victim, then they play the victimizer, right? Look at Madagascar. He goes around making all these attacks on YouTubers, content creators. American Black people are so nasty. They're a disgrace. They can all go, right? She's saying all of these fucking words, putting us down as a collective. And then she says, I'm just Canadian. Why are you guys attacking me? Right? You're watching this shit play out right in your face. You're watching it play out, right? She did all of that shit, attacking Sandra Love, attacking the fact that she had a stroke, telling her this, that, and the third, and then turned around in the same day and was like, my dad. You're watching this shit play out right in front of our face. You're watching these people play the victim and the victimizer. She goes around and taunts people on the back end. And then when she go live, she make it seem like people are attacking her. She goes around and she makes these comments in people's comment sections. And then when she go live, she try to say, I don't understand. I'm just a little account. I'm just little old me being over here in Canada doing what I do. Come on. And she think nobody sees it. Same as Jaguar Wright. The same as some of these other people. They are using our energy to bounce it back and forth. So when you think you found somebody that's against Jaguar Wright, and you think that they're tricking you, they're siphoning your energy for that moment before they kick you back out. That's why you had the Selmas come over here. That's why you had the Ambers come over here. That's why you have the Bonnies come over here, right? Because they're making it seem like, oh, I need you to save me. And then after you save them, what they do? They victimize you. Then they tear you down. You didn't watch that over here? We saved Amber, right? Then Amber started talking shit to us, right? We stood up for Salma. Then Salma started talking shit to us. right? It's a victimizing program. That's why I say I don't even think they know that they're doing it. Just pay attention. You got to pay attention to it. We showed people love and they turned around and slapped us in the face after we showed them love. Right or wrong? We showed people love. We showed people genuine loyalty. And what they do, they turned around and slapped us in the face after we did that. You know why? Because it's victimizing. Oh, feel sorry for me. Oh, everybody help me. And then soon as you help them, soon as they get everything they want out you, they like, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You gave me that money and it's my money. Get the hell out my face. Like they show you their true colors. They show you. You got to take heed to it. You keep giving the same people chance after chance after chance so they can play this same sad song on your ass. And that's what they're doing. They're not really going to see it until people start stepping away from them. And due to the fact that they're operating on social media, they'll just look for a whole new group of people to victimize. Why do you think Madagascar got an 86.2K page? And then she start all over with a 7K page? Because she probably done used all of those people up already. Too many people probably was calling her on her bullshit on that other one. So she went and deleted all the videos, all the live streams that she did, garnishing money, right? And she started a whole new page under the Jaguar right sector. Now she's over here in the Jaguar right sector doing the same thing, acting like people are jealous of her because Jaguar, you're jealous of me because me and Jaguar are cool. Why would we be jealous of you because you befriended a hobo? Why would we be jealous of you because you befriended somebody that we know sleep on the streets and use drugs? Who mad at the person that befriended a crackhead? Which one of y'all? Tell me which one of y'all is mad at somebody that befriended an addict. Y'all mad about somebody being friends with an addict? I'm not. I'm glad she's friends with an addict. So that way when that addict do what an addict do, she be the one caught victim in that shit. And it's going to happen.
When we undergo the ascension process, we undergo the process of ego/personality dismantling and a continued transformation to align our consciousness to our spiritual self or higher self. During ascension stages of development or Kundalini awakening, we undergo a form of psycho-spiritual crisis called the dark night of the soul. During a variety of encounters of the dark night, we will face issues of being a victim, or being a victimizer, or have either of these roles projected to us from other people or groups. As we develop personal discernment and gain clarity with these imposter spirit forces, we are able to synthesize these forces into harmonious patterns, thereby neutralizing them. However, these victim archetypes are deeply enmeshed in the human psyche and unconscious mind, which form the negative ego and are a mind control program that is operating in the world today.
And this is why I say I don't think people really know that they're operating in this. Because if this is something that's deeply embedded into their mainframe, do you think unconsciously they know that this is their operation? Right? When it becomes a survival tactic. Man, y'all always trying to restrict me every time I put this post up, YouTube, TikTok. Because now it's like a survival thing. You get what I'm saying? Now it's like a survival tactic. When someone gets, when someone get used to playing the victim their whole life, and someone's always jumping out the woodwork, saving them, they can get used to that. They can get used to that. They can get used to that rhetoric of constantly being saved. The problem with getting used to a rhetoric of constantly being saved, you got to constantly put yourself in a situation where you need to be saved. So you're watching these people constantly put themselves in a situation to be saved. Save me, fight against the government for me. I got charges in DeSoto. I need y'all to stand up for me, right? The whole time, what they doing? Muck bucks, eating out, on the run, drugs, getting high, all types of shit like that. But they want you to fight the battle for them. They're planning for their future. They're making ways for a brighter day. But they want you to go into destruction. They want you to run head first into dumb shit. While they sit there and play the cautionary measure of this thing called life.
The goal is to free one's mind from bondage to these imposter spirit forces as well as free one's thoughts, therefore freeing the mind to focus on the light of the soul. One may see these patterns carry over with child sexual abuse, which is an archontic NAA strategy developed to traumatize humanity. A child who is sexually abused grows into an adult who abuses children.
Ooh.
The role of the victim and victimizer is
Wait. A child who is actually abused grows into an adult that abuses children. Jaguar. My, how this speaks of you prophetically. She sat there and did the same thing more recently to Wolf Coochie's 13-year-old great nephew, right? You're watching this. In real time. You're watching this take place in real time.
Interchangeable and promotes violence, hatred, trauma, abuse and misery which set the person up into addiction. This is a no-win situation that is anti-human beliefs. Victim and is a mind control psychotronic warfare that is designed to spread hatred, division, and self-enforcement of human enslavement set up by the controllers. Educate yourself. Victimizer programming. Victim-victimizer or VV programming. The unfortunate result is that unstable people that have not done much mental or emotional clearing have built up hidden pain and trauma that are easily controlled and manipulated by dark forces to play out their fears in the 2D or lower mind. These kind of people go unconscious and flip out very easily, are very weak spiritually, have low impulse control and are at high risk for dark portal use or possession.
For entertainment purposes.
The NAA and dark forces will groom and manipulate these unstable people to attack you directly. We all must be aware of this and take steps to defend ourselves by not allowing these kind of people to get too close to us or in your home, when possible. The problem is they will find ways to infiltrate people's subconscious weakness, and then work them slowly to become increasingly unstable. Such as flip out into imaginary events and making accusations and perceived threats against you, without any kind of apparent reason that you know of. Sexual misery.
Now tell me.
The companion mind controls.
I'm not gonna go into that part. We got to skip that part. But tell me that's not what we're witnessing right now. Tell me we're not witnessing that right now. Tell me. Somebody tell me a lie. Somebody lie to me. Please. Lie to me. Tell me you're not seeing that right now with these people that I keep on pointing out. Tell me you're not seeing that. Everything that this thing is saying, you're watching in real time. You're watching that shit in real time. This is why I say I'm 20 steps ahead of them. This is why I say that they're not going to be able to stop this wave, even if they try. This is why I make those statements. Because I'm 20 steps ahead of y'all. I know that y'all gonna send little people over here that think that they cool. They gonna try to make me think that they cool with me and they rock with me. But really, they're just the minions. They're the minions that's already doing something because what? They already gave into this money monologue. They already sold their soul for carnal riches. They already did that.
Most of the negative aliens and those humans serving the NAA are unable to feel, experience or express higher emotions, such as emotive and empathetic states of loving kindness or compassion. Essentially, with a lack of empathy as a AD value system, it is easy to mind control program killing machines that have no remorse for their actions
don't
nor
feel
care of the
nothing.
consequences to their actions.
They don't feel
The
nothing.
negative aliens have downloaded their genetic mutations through mind control technologies, which manifest as a
Allegedly,
severe lack of
supposedly.
empathy within the collective
Allegedly
consciousness
and
of the human race,
supposedly.
in order to control the planet to serve their agenda.
Allegedly and go to the next.
Indoctrination into the AD behaviors and their supporting organizations will require mind control and repetition to repeat the regurgitation of dogma and methods of intimidation to self-enforce those systems from human to human.
Now, you're watching the repetitiveness of it, right? You're watching the repetitiveness of this, right? You're watching them repeat this over there on their page. You're watching them regurgitate information and repeat it to the group that's listening to them. Why? Because the repetition of it stays with your life water when you constantly repeat it. Jaguar was locked up during that time. Jaguar was locked up during that time. Jaguar was locked up during that time. Right? So now everybody's repeating the echo chamber of Jaguar being locked up. Even though there's proof that she wasn't locked up, they're not repeating the truth. They're repeating the lie that Madagascar wants them to repeat. Now, what did you learn today? Repeat after me, children, right? This is what they're doing, right? To reshape the history of this world, they're using repetitions of falsitries.
Human. This indoctrination must start at birth and be entrained by childhood for maximum conformity to accept AD abusive behaviors and loss of personal dignity as a way of life. The goal is to start as early as possible to superimpose these AD behaviors on babies and children.
And this is
Introduction
why
of the
they are going
victim-victimizer abuser pattern.
children, right? Because they want to make it a pattern. That's why when Jaguar and old Dusty started arguing, Maggie got so excited and was like, this the household I'm used to. You guys sound like my mom and dad. This the household I'm used to, a domestic household. They are normalizing a domestic household. Think about that. Now, also, Maggie say stuff like, after you've been victimized, you can go out and do other stuff to other people because you've been victimized. So because you went through what you went through, the justification of you doing this to other people, it's because it happened to you, right? That's where that hurt people comes in at, right? So she's justifying all of their actions behind this pattern or level.
Pattern as a mind control structure is implemented everywhere possible. When the baby or child is victimized by abusers, they grow up as adults that inflict abuse upon their victims, thereby switching their roles interchangeably. The indoctrinated and repeated patterns of abuse are cycled throughout and are medicated with mind-altering and neurologically harming pharmaceuticals as soon as possible. More advanced levels of the V/V program is satanic ritual abuse, SRA, which is more common than any sane person would like to know about. See archontic deception strategy. Predator forces use victimizer software. Also, the Victim/victimizer software program and its use of predator forces are utilized to enforce the enslavement of humanity through the patriarchal elitist programming of the NAA. One may pay attention to the cycle the predator force uses the Victim-victimizer software in controlling human beings to enforce their own enslavement and torture. It is a mind control and or holographic insert program where human beings completely ignore unapproved words, terms or issues that involve their enslavement or torture, even if they come face to face with it. If they do face it, the predator's egos of the false king of tyranny may threaten their life, their career, their family, through this software to influence public or group perception to incite persecution. This may happen when the person is aware he has been targeted for persecution, or the person is not aware at all that events are being influenced through this targeting software alien machinery. Spiritual leaders and those making headway in certain, unapproved areas of public discussion, such as extraterrestrials, UFOs, abduction cases, alien implants, the satanic use of child sacrifice, pedophilia, Moloch insignia for SRA, will be targeted for victimization. Knowing this occurs regularly to all of our brave light leaders. Red.
Shit. All right, so we're going to go over some of the dark tactics so you can know. And tell me if any of this, like put a 1 in the comment section. You're going to recognize this stuff. Once you start hearing it, you're going to start recognizing it more. That's the only thing about
As one becomes responsible for one's behavior and being aware about the world of forces, we avoid being used unconsciously to create dramas, pain, and karmic loads, see miasma, on ourself and the others around us. This also equips us to deflect these forces when they are in the various stages of abuse through the alien manipulation and its alien machinery software. When we are emotionally or mentally unstable, we become easily manipulated by dark forces and may be used as their vessel. There are various strategies of targeting light workers, all persons that are influencing positive changes for humanity and the planet, such as the following. 1. Manipulating the psychic forces of a person, so they will act out or believe something not true. This is very common with sexual energy and belief systems to promote reversals in sexual attitudes, such as misogyny. 2. Projecting false images through holographic insert into the astral plane, ESP, in dream states. 3. Using negative form, and their residue energies, from being traumatized in other timelines. 4. Using painful memories from current or other lifetimes' soul matrix, that person can be controlled by. 5. Using isolation techniques of victimization, defamation, and singled out as a lunatic to lose credibility with peers. 6. Acting out of pain or betrayal scenarios in partners, spouses, and other close family relationships. 7. Possessing of unstable personalities' bodies for the use of directing dark forces to inflict harm and chaos.
Now you're watching this play out right in front of us. You can't say you're not watching this play out right in front of us, right? You can't say that. Once you hear it, you can no longer say that you don't understand what's going on. You hear it. You're seeing this. This person live and stuck in a certain mindset, right? You're watching this person live and stick to a certain mindset. Look at Natanya Rubin. For 26 years, Natanya Rubin has been self-hating herself over this situation and manipulating the whole situation, right? She talks about how she used to be I, I, I was a singer and I went to auditions and this, that, and the third. So you wanted to be in that lifestyle. But now you watching Natanya Rubin manipulate spirituality and make it seem like she's a spiritual person for 26 years. How? How you get granted $1.8 million? You ain't got a church yet. You ain't built a church yet. That means you haven't been spiritual all this time, right? And let's go into the news of her. Natanya Rubin is actually Natanya Griffin, right? But she's running around Natanya Rubin, the dopest nerd. But if you look up Natanya Griffin, you will find appalling things. You will find that Natanya Rubin was a part of the Nature Boy, Carbon Nature, right? That's what they don't want you to find out, that all of this is linked to that Carbon Nature group. All of them are coming out of that Carbon Nature group. They all took plays off of that. It's scary. It is very scary. But y'all don't see it. Y'all just see the surface level of what these people want y'all to see. Nobody's taking proper discernment. Nobody's digging into this to see the connection.
He unstable or wounded personality. Tempering our knowledge with the fact that we are existing in a heavily mind-controlled manipulated reality from negative aliens' involvement in all-world human affairs and that unstable people are being used as portals for these imposter spirit dark forces, is an important discernment needed to make for an informed and appropriate action. Mentally and emotionally unstable people are used as portals for dark forces to create chaos. What is the characteristic of an emotionally unstable person with unhealed negative ego and pain body? Emotionally unstable personality disorder is a condition characterized by impulsive actions, rapidly shifting moods, and chaotic relationships. Many times, because of insecurities, they seek to control the environment and others in order to make things around them fit into their belief system. These people become controllers or perpetual victims. The individual usually goes from one emotional crisis to another. Often there is narcissism, dependency, separation anxiety, unstable self-image, chronic feelings of emptiness or sadness. 3.
Are you not watching that with them? Are you not seeing this within them, within that group? How they all do separation anxiety, how they all do dependency, right? How they all do unstable self-images, right? He said this about me. He said that about me. He said I was this. He said I was that. Like, you're watching this group, they do this, right? The sadness. They're jumping from one emotion to another emotion, right? They're looking for, he's sad. I want to be sad too. He's this. I'm just as depressed. He's this. They're jumping in the fray of mixed emotions of a low vibration vernacular, right? So they're all being controlled by this low vibration. And this low vibration keeps on telling them, play the victim, play the victim. You got a story. If they tell a story, you tell one that's worse, right? So when Sandra told her story, guess what? Now she's got to amplify that. My dad had 3 strokes, right? So when everybody told their childhood story of being SA'd, now I was SA'd at 13 and 15, and someone touched my cootie cat at 10, right? She's amplifying the stories that she's hearing in order to play the victim, right? So she's listening to other people's stories, seeing how the crowd responds to it, and then she plays the victim. I had a worse story. But then they also turn around and laugh at victims. Why would you make a joke about a remote, about somebody being victimized with a remote? Why would you make a joke about that if you know what it feels like to go through that, right? Why would you make a joke about somebody being trafficked, right? What was she taking them to pick cotton? This is why these people make these insensitive jokes like this, because they lack empathy for other people. They don't have that, right? They don't even have sympathy for other people. They lack this ability to have sympathy, empathy, empathy, whatever it is, they don't have it. They don't have it. All they are is identity thieves. Basically, what they do is they trauma bond. So unless that feeling is given to them, they don't feel it. If it's going to somebody else, you can watch them on a panel fight for attention. You can see all of them on a panel. When Natanya Rubin and Jaguar gets on a panel, both of them are fighting for the attention of the crowd and the sympathy of the crowd, right? And then once Jaguar is not there, then you watch Maggie pick up whatever pieces she can to build the energy back up for Jaguar to pop in. 9 times out of 10, Jaguar pops into Maggie's panel as soon as it hits around 300 or 2 something people in there. 200, 250, 300 something people. She pop in and out to siphon the energy. So she'll pop in. Oh, I just popped in for a second. 9 times out of 10, she don't read the room. She's not based on the conversation that's taking place. She's forcing whatever conversation that's going on in her mind. She's forcing that into the fray, right? We watched it the other day. Maggie was sitting there talking about Ralph DaWise, Ralph DaWise, Ralph DaWise. What did Jaguar do? She came in and she made it about AT2 and her. Right? This is what I'm saying. It's weird behavior, but you got to be able to catch it in real time. You have to be able to see it like, damn, she did just do that. Every time she gets up on a panel, she changes the subject, changes the narrative, and makes it about her. But in doing so, she's also telling on herself. Like yesterday, when she said, I messed up. I had big homie CC extract somebody for me. Why you got big homie CC picking up somebody for you? That further proves that you're a part of some weird shit going on, that trafficking is happening. Because why would you have big homie is not an officer of the law. Big homie is not a detective, a private eye. Big homie has no credentials that says he can take somebody from one state to another state. That's trafficking. Especially if something is happening to him, if something's happening to him in that state that you're taking him to. That's trafficking. So Jaguar, out her own mouth yesterday, admitted that she's working with big homie in trafficking. And nobody wanted to act like they caught it. Everybody act like they didn't hear her say that. And I'm sitting here, well, we was sitting in the Discord thinking, so no one's going to say anything about her saying that part. Maggie overlooked it. Natanya Rubin overlooked it. Stephanie was on the panel. All of them overlooked her saying that she had big homie CC pick up somebody for her. It was supposed to be a celebrity kid. Now you go back and you look at this celebrity kid thing. Now you look at Ali Carter. Now you look at Legina Gold, right? Celebrity kids, right? Extract, she said. She said she had big homie extract somebody for her. That's what she said. I didn't say it. She said it. She had big homie extract somebody for her, right? So that's telling you right there. Big homie told on himself in an interview. You know what big homie said? Big homie said his name was in the original report and he paid a lot of money to get his name off of the original report. So your name was on the original report, big homie. You paid to get your name taken off the original report, and then they came out with another report that had your name in it. So you admit that your name was in the first report, and you paid a bunch of money to get your name out of it. So now you got to think about it. This lady's story must not have changed that much if big homie himself is saying that he was in the original report and he paid money to get out of it. So you didn't let your innocence get you out of it. You thought money can buy you out of the situation. So you use money to get your name off the original report. Why didn't you let your innocence speak for yourself? I paid money to get my name out of the original report. So your name been in this report. They're telling on themselves. They're all crashing out. So really, this lawsuit did exactly what it was supposed to do. The lawsuit did what it was supposed to do, right? It's making all of them nervous and making them tell on themselves. And furthermore, this lawsuit opens up the door for them to be investigated. So we about to find out all types of shit now about the money laundering through Cash App and PayPal, about the electronic transactions, about the game that they've been playing on people on the back end where they're emailing people and really interfering with people's real lives, right? We about to find out all of this stuff now. The games that the Atwoods network is playing on people's real life, the fake emails that went out. Madagascar know about the fake emails because she's been pushing a fake email saying that somebody put a lawsuit against her. That's a fake email from Shane, right? Ronnie Bo will tell you about the fake emails and how they played on his life for monetary, right? Jaguar Wright might not speak of it because she thinks she's in control. So she's trying to make it seem like, all of this didn't start happening until what? Until she linked with the Atwoods network, right? Wolf Coochie found her from the Atwoods network. Madagascar found her from the Atwoods network. Real News is part of the Atwoods network. All of these people seem to be part of the Atwoods network. That's not weird to y'all that all of these people that surround Jaguar Wright is a part of the Atwoods network who literally makes money off of controversy in America. Now they're creating the controversy that's in America in order to make money off of it. Pay actors, pay characters, role playing, right? So we got to be cautious now. We got to be very cautious now. It's too much going on now, right? It's too much happening. It's too much happening now. So we got to pay attention. All right. I'm going to try to help y'all as much as possible, but I still got to protect my energy too in all of this. Because the more that I help y'all, the more they see me as a threat and the more they're going to come after me. Okay. And I'm not scared. I'm just cautious, right? Because I know the games that they play. Once they realize that they can't beat you, once they realize that you don't want to join them, right? Then they're going to say, well, we got to get him out the way. And you're watching their different levels of get him out the way. First, it's let's get his page demonetized. Let's try to strike his page. These are the things that they do. So they sit there and bring your name up and talk about you so you can use one of their clips, so you can post something about them. And then once you post something about them, they spam your account, right? They got a whole Discord where they literally they telling people what accounts to spam. They telling people. That's why she went on King World's page yesterday and she said, I'm going to tell Sean to tell the Discord to mass report you. That's what she said. So that means it's going to be a group of people mass reporting somebody. And let's think about this. Atwoods got almost 1 million subscribers. So if Atwoods is a part of this and he's telling people to do it, you might have over fucking 500,000 people spamming your account. You get what I'm saying? You might have 500,000 people spamming your account, all because Atwoods said that this account got to go or that account got to go. They couldn't be gangsters in real life, so now they're gangsters on the internet. They couldn't cut the Aryan Brotherhood in real life. They couldn't be a part of these groups in real life. So now they are on YouTube creating these groups of gangs. All of them got little gang groups. And then, the individual people that's doing this, individually, they try to make it seem like we clicking up. Really, they already clicked up. They already got their groups together. That's why they think somebody else is grouping up. That's why they think somebody else is doing the same thing that they done did. That's why they think numbers are fake in people's room, because they got bots. A lot of these accounts that you're looking at, those numbers are not accurate. Those numbers are based on a bot system. Atwoods got close to 1 million subscribers. Yet when he go live, he can't even get 10,000 people to watch him. Before he was doing the Jaguar thing, he had 300 to 600 people watching him. Then after the Jaguar thing, he was at 4,000 to 5,000 people. I think at the height of Jaguar, he had 15K in there. That's his highest number, right? So they all got these fake numbers. Jaguar Wright is spending more money on YouTube trying to make herself look like somebody than she is at fixing her own real life. That's why she only got 5 outfits. That's why she's moving from place to place. She's not using that money to actually benefit her physical life. She's using it to make her social media platforms look like she's somebody. Oh, this video looked like it might go viral. Put some fake views on there. Oh, this video looked good right here. Put some fake views on there. Ratchet TV, all of them got this rhetoric of doing the same thing. Ratchet TV will go create a whole newspaper about himself. All of these different people, they're doing the same thing. They doing the same shit. They're going live. They're saying, donate, donate, donate. You know, I got to eat today, right? Madagascar say, donate, donate, donate. I'm taking these attacks for you guys. Make it wane, make it wane, make it wane. All of them want money. They not on here for the people. They not on here trying to benefit you, collective. They not on here doing. Jaguar's trying to take a trip to the UK, trying to go to Canada, all this other stuff on y'all money. She's sitting there trying to have spa days and all of that stuff on y'all dollar. Open your eyes. Yeah, you might as well treat yourself to a spa day if you're going to give the money to Jaguar, right? Go treat yourself to a massage. Go treat yourself to a spa day. Y'all sitting there paying for Jaguar to get high for free and tell y'all bedtime stories. Y'all better pay attention. You better pay attention.
An interconnected part of the victimizer network is to manipulate the sexual energy of human beings, individually, in couplings, or in promiscuous sex relations. There is extradimensional involvement in manipulating the sexual energy through proposed couplings that people in the New Age believe are twin soul or some other spiritually ordained relationship.
Boom. Right there. That told you, right? There's no such thing as a twin soul. You are your own twin inside yourself because you represent a masculine energy and a feminine energy. So you are a twin with inside your own self. You don't have to look for a twin soul or a soul flame, whatever it is that y'all think y'all looking for on the outside. You're supposed to find that inside yourself, right? But they got you thinking that you need to put yourself, you need to find this other half. You need to find your twin soul. You need to find this is part of that sexual energy manipulation. It's part of the sacral chakra. That's the Jezebel. That's the succubus that her son was talking about, right? So they're making you think that this twin soul thing is something outside of you, when really you're supposed to be married to the energies inside of you. The feminine energy and the masculine energy is supposed to be equally yoked, right? They got you thinking that you're supposed to be equally yoked with somebody outside of you. You cannot be equally yoked with somebody outside of you. You can align with that person, but you can't be equally yoked with them because you're your own individual, right? So you will never find somebody that's equally yoked with you because there's going to be certain trials and tribulations that they went through that you didn't go through and that you went through that they didn't go through. So you'll never find nobody outside of you that is truly equally yoked. So they make you think that you're looking for someone that's equally yoked, knowing that it's an impossible task, right? That's the whole program. It's to keep you in confusion, keep you in fuckery. Pay attention.
Relationship. These persons of desire. There is extradimensional involvement in manipulating the sexual energy through proposed couplings that people in the New Age believe are twin soul or some other spiritually ordained relationship. These persons of desired genetic material, certain bloodlines, star people, indigo races are usually matched early on with predatorial relationships that are abusive, but the person still may believe it is their duty to fulfill this abusive relationship or sexual role for the sake of karma. See the negative form. Some people are targeted and tagged with alien implants to be followed through in an abduction and lab experimentation process, and forced to conjoin in sexual acts on ships, and then told to meet up in the physical realm. Many of these are known to feed the sexual misery program, propagated and controlled by the moon chain, Lunar, lineages on the Earth. These are lineages not indigenous to the Earth, but came through the process of invasion and deception. These are multiple layers of architecture and mind control that have been artificially created to control,
So you see me
deceive,
live and
separate,
you keep on
confuse,
sending me just a
torture,
bunch of
and
shit.
steal
You
human
about to
beings'
make me
sexual
block.
life force, and it is a violation against the human soul. These actions wound the soul
Doing this shit
matrix
on
body,
purpose.
as the trauma level in events such as rape or sexual torture, forced sexual encounters, breeding programs for hybrids, may fragment the soul into near destruction. See soul
You doing
fragmentation.
this shit on purpose. As soon as you
VV
do it again,
targeting
I'm gonna
case
block
study.
you from my Discord.
Victimizer targeting stages.
You
This
see me
VV
live.
targeting
That
program is
means
a
you are
general
watching
definition
my
of what I have
live
experienced for
and
many
still
years
keep on
now.
sending me little clips on Discord. That means you are watching me live right now, and you still keep on sending me clip after clip after clip on Discord. Make it make sense. If you are in my live, if you're following me, then you know I'm live right now. That means that you are sending shit on Discord to try to irritate me. I will block you. I will block you. Just know that. I'm not going to get caught up in no fucking game where y'all keep on trying to play with people's feelings and emotions based off of your bullshit ass mind. You got a fucked up mind. Go fix it. Go fix it. I'm trying to teach people here. Stop sending me stupid ass fucking clips of shit that don't even make no fucking sense. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Come on now. That means you watching my live and sending me bullshit.
Now, as a spiritual and community leader, by default, over many years, with some of the community members, non-community members, in outside emails from people, internet stalkers, etc. This is the NAA strategy of consciousness and freedom suppression on planet Earth at the end of the dark cycle to deter or distort spiritual or community leadership that they consider a threat outside their mind control mechanism and archontic deception behavior strategies. CV/V case study.
They know what's about to happen.
Victimizer archetypes. As the victimizer archetypes and related programs that are embedded in the cellular matrix are very enhanced now, especially in adjunct to life review patterns for many of us now on the ascension path. Let us say this is explosive for some of us.
You know I'm live because I posted it in my Discord that I was going live. So that means you're in my Discord to see when I'm going live so you can further distract or further entice or antagonize or do some weird shit. If you know that I'm live because I said I'm live in the Discord, that means you are doing this shit intentionally. You're intentionally, like, just since I've been live within the last 15 minutes, this person sent me 4 messages of just clips of something to go watch. How the fuck am I going to go watch something if I'm doing a live?
Now, and I am observing traps for ensnarement and addiction, like Jaws attempting to latch on to our vulnerability. We have discussed many times we are working with Aurora Crystal Star Host for re-encryption of elementals, and our elemental body, and our relevant work in—
You seen how nasty Uncle Mike is? Uncle Mike is nasty as hell. He was sitting there lusting after Goldie, talking about, ooh, I'm waiting for Goldie to say something. Ooh, yeah, girl, say something. That's a fucking pedophile. You 60-something years old, you sitting there looking at the fucking screen talking about some, yeah, I'm waiting for Golden to talk. Ooh, yeah. You're a fucking creep, Mike. You're a creep.
work and projects are highly emphasized to accelerated now in regards to this particular issue.
Oh,
As we
perverted
observe with
guys.
informed awareness, we can be more effective to neutralize these victims/archetypes and their persona trying to latch onto one's field and cellular body. Quick Step PDD Level 1 is dedicated to your cellular matrix, blood matrix, and elemental body, clearing ancestral/genetic relationships to elemental corruption,
What's going
as
on?
it is this elemental corruption that allows this NRG and its methods of victimizer
He ain't got no
archetypes
whole
to
wife,
infect our
unless his
bodies
wife
similar
is
as a
that person that
virus.
he married in the Philippines.
Knowing what it is helpful
Because
for the
Uncle Mike is
dismantling to
going
be
to the
free from its
Philippines
effects.
buying Filipino pussy.
The Alien Implants module, after HG calibration,
He
can be
trying to
used
get
to
a young
begin to
girl from
dismantle
the
these alien
Philippines to marry
implants
him.
and their archetypal structures. VV archetypes. Some of these controller
All right,
NAA
this is what you
programs
want to
being
look
pushed
out
now
for
from
right here.
NRG as a
Listen to
victimizer
this.
targeting. False friend, i.e. surface, I am so proud of you. I want to be your friend on my terms of self-entitlement.
Listen to this.
Hidden, let me eat your light now.
Let me eat your light
False
now.
parent, i.e. surface, I am your protector/nurturer. Hidden, let me play this role so I can exhaust you and divert you from realizing your real path. Seducer, e.e. surface, oh you're cute. Flatter, flatter. Hidden, let me tangle you in my false flattery webbing and cord your 2D centers from my insatiable vampire and lure you into sexual misery. Hero savior, e.e. surface, you're helpless so I will save you. Hidden, let me steal your resources so I can be more powerful than you are. Silent enemy, i.e. previous aggression from silent enemy is totally dormant and silent. Hidden, looking for a vulnerability and monitoring for aggression to divert and create chaos and disruption.
Now, this is what you
Please
want to
review
watch
implants
out for.
behavior.
This is what you want to watch out for. You want to watch out for the silent enemy, right? You want to watch out for the silent enemy, because the silent enemy is the person who sits there, makes it seem like they're your friend. They trick you, make you think that they're helping you. They're like, man, I got nothing but good for you. I'm looking out for you. You know, I know this system better than you. Let me teach you, right? This is a silent enemy, one who is building up the animosity. So that way, you know, when you finally say something to them, on the surface, it looks like that they did nothing but help you out. But deep down inside, they put a bunch of obstacles in your way to further have power or control over you, right? So a silent enemy is the worst type, because they'll make you think that they're your friend. They make you think that they mean you good, right? This is the worst type.
Profile on page 1 of this mission briefing on NRG implants. Please remember to
And
not personalize
the
anything.
reason why they're the worst type is because they can have these other, that they can be a false friend and a silent enemy. They can be a false parent and a silent enemy. They can be a false seducer and a silent enemy. They can be a false hero or a savior, but they're really a silent enemy. That's why a silent enemy is the worst, is because it can take on the personas of any of the other VV archetypes, right? So it's worse to have them around. They might come in as a lover and make you think that they love you and so on and so forth. And really, they a silent enemy, right? By the time you see it coming, it's too late. They done strip you of everything and you think that you can't live without this person.
Anything, really work on disidentification and neutrality of negative ego and its pain body defense mechanisms. These have been in operation for a long time. However, these fear programs get amplified when we are moving to another frequency level. And as we move through time fields and a life review, many of these archetypes that live inside unconscious people around us are operating at a high level of aggression now. We all have the power to dismantle and render these booby traps with practicing the law of one, law of compassion, law of intent, law of consent, and total neutrality. See this operating in the collective field as distortions infecting the unconscious mind matrix, and do not entangle, nor dance with this victim role playing. Through transparency, leaving it nothing to stick on to, will prevent these infectious ways of being from embedding themselves. 4. Patriarchal dominance.
Now that would make sense, because once you realize what these energies are, then you can literally duck these energies, right? Once you realize what they are inside of you, right? then you'll realize like who they are. You'll start seeing these energies play out in other people's vessels. And sometimes these energies don't build up. Like if somebody come to you, they might not have these energies in them, but because you challenge them to be better, it could start building these energies, right? When you're constantly challenging yourself to be better than the person you was yesterday, but only half as good as the person you're going to be tomorrow, it challenges other people, right? It challenges other people to do this same thing. It challenges other people to do the same thing. So once people realize that they can't live up to the challenge, it starts building jealousy in them. It starts building envy in them, right? And once jealousy and envy is built, it can only lead to one place, a place of hate, right? So a lot of times people don't start with these energies. It starts accumulating inside of them, and they start feeding that house of ego where it dwells at, where jealousy dwells, where envy dwells, right? So a lot of times I separate myself from society because I'm just trying to be better than myself. I'm not in competition with nobody else. But when you're operating in the physical world, people around you are going to say, "Oh, you think you better than everybody. Oh, you trying to use big words. Oh, let me pull out my big words." This is why Jaguar Wright tries to battle big words with people, right? You make an intellectual statement, she's got to say some, highly advanced wording where she used these big words out of text, or she used them in sentences that don't make sense. Really, she's just trying to do the one up thing. It's like dealing with a kid. This is why when they had Jaguar Wright muted, right? The moment she got unmuted, what did she say? Now mute him. Mute him. I was muted. Now mute him. Because it's a tit for tat type of thing. It's when you lack accountability for oneself. This is when you, well, I got a whooping, whoop them. Can you imagine being in a household with Jaguar, right? That means every time she got in trouble, she went and found somebody else to put in trouble so she can feel better about her trouble. Yeah, that's the type of person she was. If she got whooped for taking something out the cookie jar, she gonna tell that you had friends spend the night when mom and dad wasn't home. She gonna tell on you so your punishment can be worse than hers, so she can feel justified in her punishment. It's very sick shit. It's very sick shit. It's childish, but it's very sick. Look at Madagascar. Madagascar said, if you're going to slut shame me, then I'll feel comfortable if you just slut shame everybody. Not, I'm not a slut. She didn't take that off the table and say, well, I'm not a slut, right? She said, if you're going to do it to me, well, do it to everybody. Wow. Wow. You're not even saying that you're not one. You're just saying do it to everybody. Wow. But you got to watch out for these people.
Victimizer collective archetypes are the main mind control archetypes used to influence victim-victimizer, VV, programming to control and manipulate the unconscious mind of the collective consciousness of human beings on planet Earth. These are general fear-based levels of transmitting on and off-planet NAA technology through extreme low-frequency ELF, GWEN, and radio waves directed into the planetary body and Earth's surface in order to influence the unconscious mind, first chakra, neurological system, and brain of the collective race mind of humanity. This is designed to pulse transmissions of fear-based survival consciousness throughout the planet to keep humans polarized in their lower three energy centers known as the three layers of ego. This one of the controller programs to disconnect and damage the direct spiritual relationship to the Father principle of God and replace that relationship to the false alien gods. These general ELF pulses that are directed into the planetary body are called consciousness sweeps. References: November
Now,
2012 newsletter.
if we get into conscious sweeps, right? This is what you're watching take place now. where they're going around sweeping other people's consciousness through repetitive lies, right? So basically, what they're doing is they're pushing out a lot of disinformation. Now, anyone that attach themselves to this disinformation, it takes a toll on your spirit, right? It takes a toll because that's saying that you don't have discernment, right? When you align yourself with these people, you feel bad after you find out the truth. You like, damn, nah, say it ain't so. So you want to more so go with your feelings and emotions than logic, right? Even though logically the pattern is clear, right? Because you aligned yourself with these people, you'll rather see past the pattern of logic and just go with your feelings and emotions. So you'll hear them more so say stuff like, I don't feel like Jaguar is this. I feel like Jaguar is a good person. I feel like this. I feel like that. Logically, what is showing logically, right? They'll never speak on the logic of things. They'll always speak on feelings and emotions. This is why they trap their self in this mindset because they don't want to look at the logic. They don't want to look at the facts or the merits that's being brought to the table. They won't even apply this stuff to the situation because if they apply it to the situation, their mind will start revealing to them the bullshit. So by completely denying facts and merits, they can continue doing what's comfortable to their feelings and emotions, you know?
When certain demographic areas are ascending and the frequency is shifting higher, the NAA target these areas through an assortment of consciousness sweeps that are designed to incite subconscious fear programming and perpetuate the lowest frequency possible in the area. Pay attention to your triggers of bias or judgment when this is happening, as markers show up in a media frenzy or in polarizing topics. Do your best to remain neutral and not feed into the rhetoric by jumping on the bandwagon which is stirring up dark forces or being incited in the collective consciousness that exists in the area or in that situation. This is designed to pulse AI signal transmissions of fear-based survival consciousness throughout the planet to keep humans polarized in their lower 3 energy centers and in lowest base frequency, which matches the artificial red wave signals or red cube technology that are targeted towards the 1D spectrum. This is one of the controller programs to target the subconscious mind and insert programming that rejects any direct spiritual relationship to the God source, that heatedly rejects ascension and disclosure topics, and moves that conversation towards acceptance of the false alien gods and their assorted agendas, like transhumanism and gender reversal propaganda. Specific ELF pulses target the subconscious mind of the people to insert 1D related survival and victim programming that is directed into the planetary body. This is especially high in academic, educational, and medical institutions that teach children and young adults, who are to be the future leaders of tomorrow. 1.
So basically, you're watching this programming take place because it's a rewriting of history, right? So they want to put in false memories. They want to put in this false idea, right? This is why, the levels are taking place with hip hop right now, right? These are the false leaders that are putting out this false history of hip hop to make you think that hip hop, they always been doing this, they always been doing that. It's the black people, it's Black America. They always been. It's a fucking lie. They're rewriting history for the future generations. So once they repeat this so much, then the future generations will look at the 90s hip hop and say all of them are the monsters and so on and so forth. It's a false history, right? They're not looking at the fact that even Kanye West said 87% of all music industry is Jewish. They're not looking at that factor, right? They're looking at the 13% that make up black music. And that's what they're, trying to point the finger at and say that they're the messed up ones, right? When really, you can only sign a contract to someone that has the rights to all of this stuff. Who's been losing a lot of rights? Black people. Michael Jackson's gone. Prince is gone, right? Look at the other players that's gone. They didn't pass their wealth on. They didn't pass this on to the future generations for the future generations to make headway out of it. They're not investing in the future generations, right? They're getting caught up in some bullshit. All of them. Nobody's investing knowledge into the future generations. Look at what they're doing. They're investing lust, greed, gluttony, the ability to do anything for money. That's the type of stuff that they're investing into our future, right? Education system is failing right now. But guess what? Guess what's shining so bright? The music industry, right? Drax, what do you want, my boy?
The dead light, mental disease that accumulated from our histories is becoming unhinged from the other dimensions that are in a state of accelerated collapse. As the dual spiral of the dead light and the liquid light descending and meeting in the physical worlds as equals for the first time, breaks through a reality, timeline, it releases the toxic disease of the mental body's pattern and its dead light is scattered and spewed into the environs. The dead light matrices aka phantom matrix, also reflect the artificially bent light holographic inserts, which contain the controlled versions of the nature of this reality, such as crucifixion implants, and these are also shattering and exploding systematically into the outer fields.
Nah, he wanna go.
These are false realities, artificial holographic inserts, that we have thought were real, and then developed mental beliefs that held that specific version of reality in place. As these false realities
Outside cat is fine.
are shattered into pieces, for those maintaining energetic balance in this explosive terrain, we can read the signature of those dead light pieces that reflect the nature of its disease.
So the phantom universe is a false universe, okay? So you have the 12 tree grid, which is right here on the screen, right? And then the phantom universe, which is like the Baphomet grid, it's only made up of 10 of these. It's a false verse, right? It's the same thing that, Terrence Howard talks about when he says he opened up the Holy Grail, the tree of life, whatever the case may be. He said, for all of this time, we've been doing it wrong. He said he found the proper way to open it, right? Because they've been moving in squares or triangles, right? The universe don't move like that. The universe moves in a circular, right? Because a circle is forever. It's an endless cycle. And what we might look at as an end is actually just a new beginning. That's a real timeline. A real timeline is a circle repeating itself over and over again, shifting and changing, right? That's a real timeline. The fact that they got a timeline where it's a beginning and then there's an end, that's a false timeline. The real timeline is more like an infinite eight, right? It's two circles that come together in the middle to create life. So that's the real timeline of this verse, but they'll give you a false one. Now, this is where Jaguar Wright comes in and her son, right? Because just like Jaguar Wright has been implementing this Armageddon software, she also placed this software on her son through repeating it over and over again. So now her son says stuff like, in the time of Mehido, in the time of Armageddon, right? Because this is a religious war that's going on in the mind of Jaguar Wright.
The Armageddon software mind control programs, such as war, pestilence, and cataclysm fears, or many other fear programs which can be interchanged as they are similar bio-warfare mind control programs used on the Earth to suppress and control human consciousness. This is a psycho-spiritual warfare strategy used against humanity by the negative aliens through their false gods and false father satanic religions to use SRA to repeatedly kill and torture humans through religious violence and war. The Armageddon software is the enslavement companion mind control system which is activated through the crucifixion implants in holographic inserts embedded into the planetary body and human body.
So
References.
This is going on
May 2000.
Inside of us, this is going on. It is considered a jihad. It is considered a holy war of the sorts inside the vessels of mankind. Now, some of these people are going to portray a outside fight based off of something that's going on inside. And you're watching people do this now, right? Portray this outside fight for something that's taking place inside of them, and they're making it seem like they got to go against this masculine energy. Thus far, making Jay-Z out to be a god, and he's not a god, he's a demigod. And then she has conversations with Natanya Rubin where she slips up and she makes statement like from one god to another god. So they're telling you that they perceive themselves to be God, but they're denying all men of being gods, right? This is a false notion. They're trying to put mankind into, like, literally, they want all men to run into war, into battle for them. Look at how many different people Jaguar Wright set up. She set up Ronnie Bow. She set up Ticket TV. Ticket TV, that's my brother. That, Ronnie Bow, that's my brother. Why you set up all your brothers like that then? If you setting up your brothers like that, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing to do with somebody that set her own brothers up like that. She set her kids up. She set her husbands up. It's like she's fighting the masculine energy inside her vessel. So she's making a physical fight with masculine energy, not just any masculine energy, American men, American people. Pay attention. Pay attention. Maggie does the same thing. She attacked Too Strong panel, right? She attacked the Notch panel. She attacked AT2's panel. She attacked King World's panel. She attacked Ticket TV's panel. Name one. Name one other panel that she attacked besides Black Americans. Name them. I'll wait. All the shit that's going on with Drake and underage kids, she ain't say shit about it. All the shit that just took place with academic and underage kids, they never said nothing about it. But they are attacking YouTube content creator, Black content creators. They're not saying nothing about the YT content creators that's grifting and doing all of this, right? Because they got their eyes focused on what? Black content creators. Open your minds and open your eyes, and you'll be able to see these people. You'll be able to see them. And it's the same with masculine energy. There's a lot of masculine energy in this world that's fighting feminine energy, right? And when the time comes, I will be pointing them out too. Look, in my mind, right is right and wrong is wrong. It don't matter what color, or what type of physique, whatever physical you came in, none of that shit matters to me. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you out here doing wrong in this Aquarius sky, your ass is going to get exposed. That's the truth of it. But for those who like truth, for those who like knowledge, for those who like wisdom, there's the Discord right there. We break down stuff in real time. That way they can't take it back, right? Let me be the first to tell you that I love you and not the last. And if you would like to donate, there's the Cash App and their PayPal right there on the screen. I know a lot of people won't donate to knowledge or wisdom, so I hope some of you guys take it upon yourself to say, hey, this knowledge deserves $5 or something of that sort. We have to start paying for knowledge. It's the reason why our education system is failing. You pay more for these sports and entertainers who are sucking and fucking on our youth than you do to educating the youth. We have to bring back a new form of education. We have to give that creative mind, that creative space back. Okay? So, we're going to end this like we always do with our song, because we fighting demons. And we're going to head over to the Discord and kick it in the Discord for those who want to come over to the Discord. But we're almost at the 2-hour marker. And I realized that I got to do 2-hour sessions on YouTube in order for it to generate with little clips for me. So I'm going to stay within the 2-hour marker. And I'm going to try to do 2 hours here, 2 hours there. Hopefully that works out. And like I said, this journey, we only just begun. Okay. We only just begun on this journey, right? For those who are still playing the game, guess what? The joke's on you because, like I said, I'm already 20 steps ahead of a lot of y'all. So I know the false ones that are in the Discord. I know the ones that's aiming to try to build some type of fucked up friction, right? To where as though you sneaky and you backbiting me, right? I know you're backbiting me. I know you are, but I don't care. I don't care that you're backbiting me. You know why? Because all that is going to fall back on you. And when your reality starts changing and fucked up shit start happening, I want you to remember who you backbited. Okay? I want you to remember who it is that you decided to backbite.
A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this toxic, gonna take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping me. My little nigga going against the grain and this shit stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper is saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich. We can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by eye, you killed the nigga, you don't know it. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, dog, real talk. Hey, fight my demons, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons, fight my demons. Fight in my. It's me against these demons. Me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choked. Gave him the ball and nigga they choked. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code, no code.
My niggas follow me like the Pope.
I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yell at company. VMG gang, and bitch, we incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit. I gotta kill that shit. Legally militant. I can get ignorant. We not considerate. Niggas do silly shit. We can do tripping shit. Guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the high land. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by eye. You killed the nigga, you don't know.
You come take him outside then.
Gotta chalk that shit over.
You come take him outside.
Hey, fight my demons, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons, fight my demons. It's me against these demons. Me against these demons.
Okay, Drax. You about to not go outside, bro.
Idea that my evil thoughts go unpunished.
About less than 2 minutes left.
As I sort through the rubbish, my days of thugging get slow and rugged.
You hear this damn cat? Do y'all hear this cat? This nigga getting on my nerves now. This nigga getting on my nerves. I'm sick of you. Shut up. Shut up. All right, guys. I got to go spend some time with my cat. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. Y'all know we're going to be in the Discord. Y'all know we gonna be in the Discord. You know, y'all want to kick it with us? Go over to the Discord. That's where we do a lot of our pointing stuff out at. I'm just bringing knowledge to the surface. That's it. I see the game that they playing. They're trying to make the page out to look negative. So now we just gonna bring knowledge and wisdom and understanding, right? And we'll do all the bullshit in the Discord. So we'll laugh at these people in the Discord, and on the surface, we're just going to continue bringing it to you guys with knowledge and enlightenment. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutation, shalom. And remember, wisdom rules the air. We are under the Aquarius sky with this new sun coming in these next 13 days. Well, are we at the 17th yet? Did we reach? Okay. So just to give y'all a history, so St. Patrick's Day is not a representation of someone drinking alcohol. When you look up St. Patrick's Day, they eliminated serpents in Ireland. They eliminated serpents in Ireland, but it wasn't really serpents that they eliminated. They eliminated anybody with the knowledge of the Kundalini, because the Kundalini was considered the serpent, right? So any person who held the knowledge of the Kundalini, they pushed them out. They also implemented the Gregorian calendar, and anyone who went by the old calendar and celebrated life on the 1st of April was considered a April's Fools. If you actually count from the day of St. Patrick's Day, it is actually 13 days until the 1st. These were celebratory days. So 13 days to the 1st of April is a representation of the 13 zodiac signs. And then you celebrated that on the 1st, which is a representation of new life. Anyone who still celebrated on the 1st was considered a fool, and hence April Fool's Day. Love is love. Namaste. Ashe. Keep digging into the history of this world. It only gets better. Okay? It only gets better. It's up and it's stuck. We winning. Love wins. Aha. Love wins. Y'all can't beat us. Y'all can't beat love. Aha.